This podcast is brought to you by Peak Life Teas. I personally use Peak Life for a variety of reasons. For one, all their teas are triple toxin screened, so it's very clean and free of impurities. Also, they use the highest quality ingredients from all around the world. Even if you're getting high quality organic tea from Whole Foods, that's not going to be guaranteed that they're actually clean. Most of them on the store shelf, especially if they have those plastic bags that they steep in, there's going to be usually some type of toxin involved with that. Also, what I really love about Peak Life is they just got that vibe. Like, everything they do is just dedicated to greatness. Some of my favorite things from Peak Life are the Sun Goddess Matcha Green Tea, and one of their newest ones is the Nandaka. So if the Sun Goddess Matcha Green Tea, this is actually crafted by a Japanese tea master, and there's only about 12 of them in the entire world. So that's pretty special. Again, triple toxin screen, and this actually shaded 30% longer than most matcha, so it's much higher in L-theanine and polyphenols. Now with the Nandaka, this is ceremonial grade cacao, along with fermented green and black tea, also known as pu'er, great for the microbiome. It's got the medicinal mushrooms that we've talked about many times on the show, such as chaga, reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, all dew extracted for the highest quality experience. It's also got other high quality herbs in there, such as clove, ginger, and cinnamon. Now cacao would traditionally be served spicy. The ancient people would add spices to the cacao, as opposed to what we're used to today, which is just the sweetness. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's really cool to experience what our ancestors would have done thousands of years ago. So if you want to try out Peak Life, head over to peaklife.com/AG Wellness. That's PIQUE life.com/AG Wellness. Get yourself 15% off. Cutting edge methods to heal plantar fasciitis. So what is plantar fasciitis? This is an injury to the fascia at the bottom of the foot. This actually extends from the heel all the way down to the toes. You know that it's plantar fasciitis when it's chronic pain that does not go away. When you first get up in the morning, that's when you typically have the most amount of pain. Most pain is in the heel but can be developed throughout the foot. Now how does it actually develop? This actually developed over time through repetitive strain. It also can be a result of poor footwear, such as overprotection. It also can be caused by being sedentary, doing too much activity. A lot of us also had poorly conditioned feet from childhood. We wear shoes from our formative years, hours and hours a day, every day, which dramatically affects how the feet develop. Our feet are supposed to develop by acting through a wide variety of terrains, such as grass, rocks, hills, but today everything is just flat. So how do we actually go about healing this condition? We want to make sure we desensitize and restore the tissues through a variety of practices. Also, we want to take into account environmental factors as well. Now, desensitization refers to the foot being restored to normal function and less pain over time, regaining mobility and strengthening the tissues in order to restore the function. The environmental factors are things that could be inhibiting or accelerating recovery. So what are some beneficial practices? Number one is massage. It's actually very important to reduce the pain. This can be done manually or with a variety of tools. You can use a golf ball, but if that's too much, you can use a softer one. Press into the softer areas and do that until there's no more pain. Also, do it all around the foot because everything is connected to the fascia. Number two is going to be foam rolling. Now, foam rolling upstream and downstream from the fascia, such as the calves, hamstrings, making sure everything is aligned. If you can, use a ridged roller, like a rumble roller, so that's for deep tissue work. Where that's too much, you can always use a softer one. Next is infrared light therapy, which is very beneficial for injuries, blood flow, recovery, all that. It's been shown to be very beneficial for the mitochondria by working on cytochrome C oxidase, which amplifies the energy within the mitochondria. It helps reduce inflammatory markers, such as CRP, along with antioxidant production. Also speeds the healing of injuries much faster. Next, we have PEMF, or pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, which is also great for recovery of injuries, basically using the Earth's electromagnetic field and amplifying that for healing. Many devices on the market to help increase stem cell count. Next, we have walking. Now, walking is one of those practices that is actually very important for this, to help strengthen everything, help mobilize the tissues. Of course, listen to your body, don't overdo it. But your body requires movement in order to heal itself, in order to have all the nutrients flowing and all that. If you need to take a day of rest, then so be it, but do not be sedentary for too long. It can be counterproductive. Next is orthotics. Now, orthotics have their place, but ultimately we want to wean ourselves off these. Like, If everything is like super bad, you can't get around, then sure, put them on, But ultimately, we want our arches and our feet to be strong enough so they don't need outside support. Lastly is HBOT, or hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which is super beneficial for healing soft tissue injuries such as this. Just another tool to boost stem cell count, regenerate tissue, and help promote healing of all sorts.